Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the new Netflix documentary, Power. And this is from director Yance Ford, who paints a picture of the evolution of policing and cops in America, in our society, from their early moments of, chasing down runaway slaves and such, all the way up until today, where body cams are capturing all kinds of different things going on with police. I think this film is very well structured. It has a defined thesis, and it does a great job in terms of reinforcing those ideas in a well put together way. This is just a really well put together film. It probably could deepen and expand in a lot of places. But, it's lean at like an hour and 29-minute kind of documentary. It's hitting the main beats. And those main beats still have a lot of impact. The archival footage that Ford leverages in this film really reinforces the ideas and the comments that he's making on law enforcement. This film, the power of what this title is that law and order. It's the reinforcement of just how much control police can have in a society, and specifically in the United States. And we see how it's evolved over time. I do feel like this falls into some traps of like old overly traditional documentaries. There's a lot of moments where they just throw like text up, and I know the text is important, but it kind of takes away from the experience of like you're just sitting there. It's like, oh, let me read a whole bunch of stuff and then on to the next thing. It certainly feels like one of those kinds of documentaries that you would find on a History Channel type experience, except I think Ford does a great job of really doing some strong technical work to pull this all together. This film, I don't know if it really dives as deep into trying to make statements as some might think it does, but it does a great job of being informative and painting a picture and the evolution of how policing, how law enforcement has changed and evolved over time, the context in terms of the citizenry, how society has changed, its perspective on different types of people, whether it's Italian Americans, Irish Americans, and how it's evolved in terms of dealing with Black Americans, African Americans. This film is an impactful film. It is lean. It knows what it's trying to say and says it well. I think this film will definitely push a lot of buttons on a lot of people. If you're the kind of person that probably has a thin blue line bumper sticker on your car, you're probably going to dismiss this film right off the bat without even watching it. I do think it's a worthwhile watch. I think it's an important perspective to have in terms of seeing how law enforcement has evolved and really trying to define and question what is the purpose of law enforcement. What is the purpose of the police? And I think this film brings up a lot of interesting ideas, poses them, and puts them in a space for you to process that. So this is certainly a documentary that I think people should watch. It's there, it's on Netflix. It's only 90-ish minutes. But you certainly have to go in with an open mind and not ready to just jump all over it. But alas, a lot of people won't. But it's there. It's worth watching. Definitely a strong, well put together, thoughtful, and well structured documentary with a lot of information and perspective on the evolution of policing in the United States. But those are my thoughts on Power. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.